It's a younger face. Yeah.
I can't believe I laughed. I feel bad.
10 out of 10?
No.
All right, apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. But now, for the side of Dewa United, they have all the pickup potential right here, all the crowd control and burst damage. They need someone to hold back the rest of the team if Aura tries to turn it around and goes for a big team fight. So crowd control, tankiness, that is something that they lack right now. Claude is the pick, but also that Fredrin. Crowd control and damage is in. But with the Claude Miracle, you've been talking a lot about how a particular emblem combination just makes this hero completely obnoxious.
Well, the thing is, for Claude, he's so flexible. Arashi Eterna, the AA combo here on the desk. I want to tell you guys, Claude, Killing Spree, Quantum Charge, Brave Smite, you can use all three. You can even go for the Marksman basic emblem. You can go for the Assassin if you want more penetration. I personally like the basic common emblem because it gives you that mana regen, and with the Brave Smite, you will never need to recall. A good Franco, though, definitely going to try to stop that Claude from dealing a lot of damage in the back line. But remember, there's a lot of targets to try to go for if you're the Franco.
The Franco, though, I mean, there's a lot of damage. There's a Brody and there is a Farsa, so there's a lot of follow-up to a good Iron Hook. But honestly, there's a Fredrin that can probably withstand a bit of that. And if they focus too much damage onto the Claude, there is a onto the Fredrin, the Claude can completely destroy the whole back line.
That's what I'm worried about. Very susceptible backline here for the side of Aura Fire. The difference is now they do pick up a Uranus who has a little bit more mobility and has a little bit more beef to his kit. Will Dewa United be able to penetrate that damage? We'll see as we enter game number 2 between Aura Fire as well as Dewa United. Let's go.
Quantum Charge for Watts, no Brave Smite. Still the common emblem, still the common emblem for him though, so you can see the instant mana regen there.
Look at the emblem of Kimura, though. He has the Impure Rage. Wow. With the agility as well as tenacity. So movement speed, tankiness. That's a big attempt from high there to stop the purple buff. But Ray will be able to cure it. He has the experienced jungler here. And also, of course, that Rupture to ensure that he gets full benefit from that hybrid penetration. But in the early game, though, we'll see Leo Murphy gets jumped on.
Yeah, Kimura on the Uranus can be very oppressive, forcing Leo Murphy to Flicker already. High. With a hook thrown out, Van should be able to pick this Lethal Wanderer up for free. And it's Aura Fire who starts off strong.
We'll see. So far, they haven't been able to put some pressure onto Van just yet. And knowing Van, he should be able to secure a bit of a lead in terms of that EXP, depending on how Aura Fire want to play around in the jungle. Both of these teams, they're looking very passive here in the early game, just waiting for that power spike. Unfortunately, Hai does miss that hook onto Watt. If that was the case, that would have been... What?
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 He just dodged a hook, that's what.
It's pretty Watt moment. But speaking of the emblems, Watt also has the Quantum Charge. So this is not the combination we've been speaking about, Mirko, which is the, surprisingly, the Brave Smite.
Yeah. I think for the Quantum Charge here, the idea is there's so much mobility for the side of Aura Fire, he might just want to actually try to survive. Ray, good Thorn Rose, forcing Hai back. No Iron Hook to play with. Good trades happening for Dewa United. And another fun fact is the Claude usually gets completely bullied by the Brody, but since the patch, really the sustain has been absolutely amazing, and Watt should have an okay time in this gold lane.
I mean, he also picked up the steel leg plates, right? So he does respect the damage coming out from the Brody. Whoa! Is this a sneak peek into Ixia coming next week? But here we go.
Oh, Van! Still as lethal as ever. This time it wasn't a 50-50 though. Dewa United just wanted to go for a little cheeky, aggressive maneuver. Let's see if Ray can actually utilize this to go and steal away some of the jungle creeps. Only able to steal just a little one. Orange buff still safe. Aura Fire with a win.
Aura Fire is definitely on track, denying. So getting the objective and instantly going for the denial. Now, I think they have to just wonder, what do they want to do? Do they want to shut down Dixon on the Fredrin to try and ensure that there's no front line, more pick of potential for Aura? Do they want to try and shut down Watt? Because without a gold laner, a marksman that's doing well, this Uranus is also going to be so difficult to take out. I think Aura needs to try and think up of a concise game plan towards that late game.
And I thought that that's what they were trying to do in the early game, right? Try to pressure Watt before that level 4 power spike. But so far, they haven't been able to. It looks like they're rotating towards this top side, though. Oh.
They are. They're going to go on to Kimura. Dixon's on him. Taunt already used. Oh, Flicker! Bloody Hunt! Locking him down! Not enough damage. I still think Kimura on the Uranus still able to escape for a bit. 1 HP. Dixon flickering forward. Damage finally enough to pick up first blood. Ray falls as well. Now for the airstrike comes down. Van still able to outplay. Tempest the Blaze knocking him up. Giving Aura Fire the opening to get that favorable trade.
A 1-for-2 trade for the side of Aura Fire, pushing them to a 1,000 gold lead. Unfortunately, there isn't too much of any objectives on the map to be able to convert to, as it looks like they are going to try and invade the purple buff coming in from Dewa United. They have to be careful with the positioning coming in from Leo Murphy, however, as we take a look at the in-game equipment.
I think for Kimura, it makes complete sense to just go full physical right now. The only real magical damage coming in is maybe Leo Murphy and Keys, and for the most part, he will not be on the receiving end of that, and those damage sources are kind of bursty, not DPS, so he can just, using his kit, using the healing and the regeneration of the Uranus, I think Kimura will just rely on that to withstand the magical damage, and for the most part be trying to itemize against all that physical damage from the side of Dewa United.
Right now, it looks like Dewa United, they're going to be able to set up for this first. Leo Murphy!
Flicker, Divine Judgment, locking him down. Even the Bloody Hunt, 2 suppressions, not enough. High still able to escape. Fan flies by, picks up the turtle, gets out. Now with another kill. Aura Fire with a double kill on Van. Complete domination this time in game 2.
And there you go, 2 levels ahead. You can even see without that advantage, they would have been able to do much, but here we go.
Good flicker out from the Blazing Duet. Dixon with a good Appraiser's Wrath finds the kill. Watt not going to be engaged on, and Van picks up another. Tap of the Blades, knocking Dixon up. Kabuki still dealing damage. Not able to pop in that torn apart memory as Van just styles on Dewa United, flying back to where he came from.
Keep in mind though, right now, that is the first tower taken in the game actually, so by all means, there's been a lot of action, but it's a bit of the opposite from game number 1. Objective-wise, not a lot has been happening, so I think Van is very content just waiting out like this. But I think if he wants to actually take advantage of the mobility, he needs, well, his team needs to try and focus and take out some of these objectives and structures so they can use a bit more of that map control.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing, right? You can see that Brody was able to get a turret there in the top side as well. Being able to distract Dewa United there in the bottom lane with the Valentina and the Kaja rotating towards that. So Aura Fire, they currently are able to dictate the tempo. 3,000 gold lead in the first 6 minutes of the game. Oh, no way! No
Beautiful
follow-up though.
Yeah, impressive, but you know, high mechanics, but no follow-up.
I think if we can do that in a better time, that could make a lot more sense, because Dixon, he actually goes for the concussive blast. He is not nearly as tanky as Kimura's Fredrin, and that might be an issue, keeping in mind that, yes, Leo Murphy might be building semi-tank with the Kaja, but for the most part, it's going to be in the shoulders of Dixon to try and stall out and accept most of the damage, taking it away from his team. So the concussive blast will give him a bit more damage, but not as much sustainability.
Kimura, man, on this Uranus. Honestly, even in my ranked games, I always just ban out the Uranus. The most annoying hero in MLBB right now, in my opinion. I think Dewa United, banking on the Claude is the way to go at this point of the game. Race too far behind with the third turtle. Oh, Kimura baits the entire team. Still alive, still. Now with the flicker out, it's going to be the Feather Airstrike. Locking case down. He tries to flicker out, but it's an unstoppable. Picked up, and even on the other side, Kabuki. Now with the second skill, dashing forward. Watt forced the BMI out. Ray going to be chunked down. Kabuki might be able to look for this kill as well. 3 members falling out of nowhere. Aura dominating.
Yeah, another 3-0 trade here. Like you mentioned, right? Kimura was just doing his job. Sure, he gets chunked really low, but the point was that he was able to bait out the resources coming in from Dewa United Esports for them to go for a play here. Hai going to be able to get that hook onto Ray. Unfortunately, the other members weren't there to follow it up, but that's Hai on the Franco. That's what he's able to do. That's the pressure that Dewa United Esports need to face when they go in for these objectives. 6,000 gold lead now for Aura Fire in the first 8 minutes of the game.
It's a 6k gold lead, and unlike game number 1, Leo Murphy is not on a hero that can make that crazy play. They can swing the balance of the game off the back of one hook. So it's going to be a harder situation for Dewa United to come back from, and now what?
Woof. Good Purify out from Watt, but that Iron Hook is lethal from Hai. 7,000 gold lead, and at this point, Watt 8 minutes in, still no golden staff. This is a very, very late power spike. At this point, you can't even call it a power spike.
At this point, he's just trying to survive, trying to save up. It's like a forced investment almost. He doesn't really have a choice. He has to go for it right now, even though it's late. And I mean, we say it's late, right? But 8 minutes in, it's not that late when it comes to like total game duration. But Aura is just making it so difficult for Dewa to get anything. They're all in the jungle, and the predictions are the exact same. Will history repeat itself? Only time will tell, as Van will be denying the orange buff, but he gets pushed away. Small victories here for Dewa United.
Luckily, Ray didn't use his retribution there, so they want to go for a 50-50 gamble. I think it's not worth it against Aura Fire, seeing the performance coming in from Van, so they are going to just leave that open, uncontested.
Oh, it is contestable, but not from the enemy team. It's from Xin.
Huh?
Xin took the Lord. He took the Lord.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but seriously, I mean, when they're in the same level, when they're equal in levels, Van still wins.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna try. You don't think? No way. 11 to 14, way too big of a gap to even try that attempt.
Yeah, which is why Dewa United focused on giving Watt the farm there in the bottom lane to be able to finally, like you mentioned, Mirko, get that golden staff.
Well, even with the golden staff, though, without any map pressure right now, with even the first tier turrets still standing for Aura Fire, it's going to be a tough situation for Dewa United to recover from. And now you have to wonder what their plan is. The only real engaged tools they have is, of course, the Divine Judgment and Dixon just coming in with the taunt. But who even are they going to try and focus down? Because Van is way too slippery, and I think he's learned from game number 1. He's not going to show himself until it's too late.
10,000 gold lead. Feather Airstrike being brought up by both of these mid laners. Dixon still sustaining in the mid lane, going on the Lord. A good clear over from Dewa United. Good micromanagement to escape from the siege from Aura Fire. High almost there. Getting a good hook onto Leo Murphy, but it's a good sidestep away. 10,000 gold lead in 10 minutes for Aura.
Oh, Sin. He's going for an aggressive play. It might not be the right thing to do right now. Slaved up. Hook!
Good iron hook, Bloody Haunt. The combo comes in, but it's a 3-man taunt. Steps the blaze to the back line. K's forced away. Torn apart memory used up 2 for 0. Aura Fire, though, unable to get a siege going for themselves. High with another close iron hook. Finally, bottom lane pushing down. Uranus trying to take it. But again, Dewa United are just clearing these waves. They've cleared enough though. Mid lane, I don't think they can do it anymore. Aura Fire cracks the base open high! With a good flicker, iron hook. K's brought down, Torn apart memory onto the back. Still, a flicker from K's. It does not matter, even to the base. The burst is enough from Aura to pick that kill away, fade away.
Look at Kimura, man. He's just standing in the front, taking in all this damage, and they have no solution whatsoever, man. They know that if they try and pile on, the comeback is just a lot more devastating from Aura Fire. Just the counter engage after they use everything on Kimura, and he doesn't even get taken out.
Yeah, that's why, right? That's why people have been respecting the Uranus here in this new patch. The fact that he's able to sustain through the damage and do that much, it's insane. Dewa United Esports, they're tunnel visioning onto Kimura, but what else can they do? And this is what I was afraid of. I was afraid that Dewa United Esports, they didn't have enough damage, the DPS, in order to really take Kimura down. And we're actually seeing it now in the 12th minute of the game. Aura Fire, they've already been able to crack that base. 12,000 gold lead. 4 seconds left to the next Lord. At this point, Dewa United, do they want to contest?
I think it's more of a they need to contest. Dixon with a taunt now. Divine Judgment bringing High back. Has the immortality though, so even if he dies here, it's not even going to be worth it for them. Immortality only popped in. Van with attempts to blaze. Some stacks put onto him. Feather Airstrike connecting onto floor. Oh, an iron hook flicker! High brings Leo Murphy back, and Sin gets the kill. Watts and Ray, 2 members left to defend, still with a blazing duet up and ready. Let's see if they can do it. Iron hook not connecting. Ray now jumping with a puncture. Still able to buy some time, distracting. Torn apart memory, dodged away from with the Phantom execution. The base wide open, blazing duet coming down, but Aura Fire equalizes to make it game number 3 in the series.